In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate, welcome to Deen Talks. Today you are about to witness one of the oldest, most powerful, and most heartbreaking stories in all of human history, the story of Prophet Nuh, Alayhi Salam, a man who called his people for 950 years, a man who watched generations reject him, a father who pleaded with his son, only to watch him drown, a prophet whose people mocked him until it was too late. This isn't just a story of an ancient prophet, it is a mirror for our ummah today. Stay with us until the end, and let your heart be moved by a story that shaped the early ummah and still speaks to every believer. If you haven't subscribed yet, do it now. Share this video with someone you care about, so they don't miss this life-changing reminder. And comment below, what would you have done in Nuh's shoes? Let's begin. Before we speak of Prophet Nuh, Alayhi Salam, we must travel back to the time after Prophet Idris, Alayhi Salam. Back then, mankind was still upon Tawheed, the worship of Allah alone. They were a righteous people who followed guidance, and among them were great men, known for their piety and reminders of Allah. These men were Wad, Suwa, Yaguth, Ya'uq, and Nasr, deeply loved by their communities. But then, Shaitan whispered. He said to the people, "Build statues of these righteous men. Place them where you worship, not to worship them, but to remember their good example." So they did, innocently, at first. But with time, a generation rose that didn't know the original reason. Shaitan whispered again, "Your forefathers worshipped these idols and were blessed." And idol worship began. They said, "Never leave your gods, never leave Wad, nor Suwa, nor Yaguth, Ya'uq, and Nasr." Surah Nuh 71:23. Idolatry spread across the earth, the first time since Adam, Alayhi Salam, and Allah sent a man from among them to bring them back. That man was Nuh, Alayhi Salam. The early life and noble lineage of Prophet Nuh, Alayhi Salam, Nuh, Alayhi Salam, was not just a prophet. He was from a blessed and noble lineage. According to authentic reports and what is found in the books of tafsir and history, he was Nuh ibn Lamech ibn Methuselah ibn Enoch, Idris, going all the way back to Adam, Alayhi Salam. His father Lamech was a righteous man. His great-grandfather Idris, Alayhi Salam, was a prophet of Allah. His lineage carried light, wisdom, and sincerity. Nuh, Alayhi Salam, lived among his people during a time when corruption was spreading, but he remained pure. He was a man of intelligence, patience, and immense character. He witnessed the creeping rise of idol worship. He saw how people clung to their idols, thinking they brought them good fortune, rain, and children. He watched in pain as hearts hardened and falsehood became normal. So Allah chose him. Indeed, we sent Nuh to his people, saying, "Warn your people before there comes to them a painful punishment." Surah Nuh 71:1. The first messenger to mankind. The Prophet Muhammad said in an authentic hadith, the first messenger sent to the people of the earth was Nuh. Sahih al-Bukhari Muslim. Though Adam alayhi salam was the first prophet, it was Nuh alayhi salam who was the first to be sent with a global mission to call mankind back to Tawheed after they deviated. Allah revealed to him directly, and thus began one of the longest prophetic missions in human history. How long? 950 years. Indeed, we sent Nuh to his people, and he remained among them 1,000 years minus 50. Surah Al-Ankabut 29-14. Nuh alayhi salam began his da'wah, his call to worship Allah alone, with gentleness and patience. He preached by day and night, in public and private, to the leaders and the weak, to friends and family, over generations. But instead of listening, they began to mock him. His message to his people. A call to Tawheed. Nuh, alayhi salam, pleaded with his people, "O my people, worship Allah, you have no deity other than Him. Indeed, I fear for you the punishment of a tremendous day." Surah Al-A'raf 7:59. He reminded them of Allah's blessings. Look at the heavens above you. Look at the earth beneath you. See the alternation of night and day, your own creation in the wombs of your mothers. He told them, "He will forgive you your sins and delay your end until an appointed time." Surah Nuh 71:4. But they covered their ears, pulled their garments over their faces, and turned away arrogantly. Every time I called them to you, they thrust their fingers into their ears, covered themselves with their clothes, and persisted in arrogance. Surah Nuh 71:7. Still, he did not give up. The rejection, mockery, and humiliation. The chiefs, the rich, arrogant, and powerful, said, "We see you as nothing but a man like us, and only the lowest among us follow you without thinking. We see nothing special about you. We think you are a liar." Surah Hud 11:27. Their pride made them blind. They didn't want to sit with the poor and humble people who believed in Nuh, Alayhi Salam. They said, "If you want us to follow you, drive away these lowly followers of yours." But Nuh replied, "O my people, I ask you for no wealth. My reward is only from Allah, and I will never drive away the believers. Indeed, they will meet their Lord. But I see that you are a people behaving ignorantly." Surah Hud 11:29. He reminded them, "What if they are sincere? What if you're turning away from those who are loved by Allah?" But the rejection only grew fiercer. The betrayal of his wife and his disobedient son. As if the rejection of the people wasn't enough, the pain cut deeper into the heart of his own household. Prophet Nuh, Alayhi Salam, had 4 sons according to historical narrations: Shem, Ham, Yafith, Japheth, and Canaan, also referred to as Yam in some narrations. Shem, Ham, and Yafith were obedient to their father. They accepted Islam and boarded the ark. Canaan, however, was different. He disbelieved in his father's message, mocked his dawah, and sided with the rejectors. But it wasn't only his son. His own wife also rejected him. Allah sets forth an example of those who disbelieve: the wife of Nuh and the wife of Lut. They were under 2 of our righteous servants but betrayed them. So they, the prophets, availed them nothing before Allah, and it was said, "Enter the fire with those who enter." Surah At-Tahrim 66:10. Her betrayal was not one of adultery. Rather, she disbelieved in his message, exposed him to his enemies, and spied for the disbelievers. Imagine the heartbreak, the messenger of Allah preaching with sincerity for centuries, yet his own wife whispers lies about him, and his own son stands with the enemy. But Nuh, Alayhi Salam, remained patient, entrusting his affairs to Allah. The generational rejection and his painful supplication. Prophet Nuh, Alayhi Salam, kept preaching for 950 years, and with every generation, the people became more stubborn. They passed on the hatred of Nuh, Alayhi Salam, to their children. "Every time I called them so you might forgive them, they thrust their fingers into their ears and covered themselves with their garments." Surah Nuh 71:7. Even when he called them in private, in public, day and night, they continued to mock him. "You're just a crazy old man. You want followers? Go find more beggars like yourself. You've been preaching for centuries. Where's the punishment you threaten us with?" Eventually, their rejection grew into threats. "If you do not stop, O Nuh, you will surely be among those who are stoned." Surah Ash-Shu'ara 26:116. Now worn, heartbroken, and grieved by the centuries of rejection, Nuh, Alayhi Salam, finally called upon Allah. It wasn't anger, it was desperation. "My Lord, indeed they have disobeyed me and followed those whose wealth and children have only increased them in loss. They have plotted a mighty plot. My Lord, do not leave upon the earth from among the disbelievers even one." Surah Nuh 71:21-26. And Allah responded to his dua. The time of divine judgment had come. The divine command, building the ark. After 950 years of dawah, Allah finally commanded Nuh, Alayhi Salam, to prepare for a new phase. And it was revealed to Nuh, "None of your people will believe except those who have already believed, so grieve not over what they used to do." Surah Hud 11:36. At this point, only around 80 believers had accepted his message. Some reports even say as few as 10. But with their hearts filled with Iman, they would become the seeds of the new world. Then Allah revealed, "And construct the ship under our observation and our inspiration, And do not address me concerning those who have wronged. Indeed, they are to be drowned. Surah Hud 11:37. Imagine the scene. A massive ship being built on dry land, far from any ocean. The believers helping him build it, plank by plank, while the disbelievers mock, "Nuh's a carpenter now? Where's the sea, O Prophet? Are you going to drag that to the ocean yourself?" And yet, he continued in silence, obeying the command of his Lord. He knew a storm unlike any in human history was coming. The flood begins. A global catastrophe. As the final warning passed, the first sign arrived. Until when our command came, and the oven gushed forth with water, we said, "Load upon it 2 of each kind of creatures, and your family, except those against whom the word has proceeded, and those who have believed." But none had believed with him, except a few. Surah Hud 11:40. The oven, Al-Tanur, inside Nuh's home, gushed water, a miraculous sign that the flood had begun. Nuh, Alayhi Salam, gathered his 3 obedient sons, Shem, Ham, and Yafith, their wives, a pair of every animal species by Allah's command. The small group of believers. He called to his disbelieving son, "O my son, embark with us, and be not with the disbelievers." But the boy arrogantly replied, "I will take refuge on a mountain to protect me from the water." Nuh cried, "There is no protector today from the decree of Allah, except for whom He has mercy." Then a wave came between them, and he was gone. And he was among the drowned. Surah Hud 11:43. The sky opened its gates. The earth exploded with springs. Water poured from above and surged from below. So we opened the gates of the heaven with rain pouring down, and caused the earth to gush forth with springs, so the waters met for a matter already predestined. Surah Al-Qamar 54:11-12. The waves rose higher than mountains. The disbelievers, mocking moments ago, were now screaming, begging, drowning. The ark floated, carrying the last believers as all of humanity perished except those saved. The ark comes to rest. A new world begins. The flood raged for 40 days and nights, submerging the earth in divine punishment. The ark, guided by Allah, floated safely atop the turbulent waters, and it sailed with them through waves like mountain. Surah Hud 11:42. Imagine the fear and awe in the hearts of the believers as they saw nothing but water, no land, no horizon, just the raging ocean and the thunder of divine justice. After months at sea, the flood finally began to recede, and it was said, "O earth, swallow your water, and, O sky, withhold your rain." And the water subsided, and the matter was accomplished, and the ship came to rest on Mount Judi. Surah Hud 11:44. Mount Judi, located in present-day Turkey, became the place where the ark settled, a symbol of salvation and mercy for those who obeyed. A father's grief. The plea for his son from the ark, Nuh Alayhi Salam, looked out over the destruction. He remembered his drowned son, and his heart ached. "My Lord, indeed my son is of my family, and indeed your promise is true, and you are the most just of judges." Surah Hud 11:45. He pleaded with Allah, hoping perhaps his son might still be saved. But Allah responded with firm justice, "O Nuh, indeed he is not of your family. Indeed he is one whose work was other than righteous. So do not ask me about that of which you have no knowledge." Surah Hud 11:46. Here is a powerful lesson. Family lineage does not save a person. It is belief and righteousness that make one part of the true family of faith. Nuh Alayhi Salam was heartbroken. He repented for questioning Allah's decree. "My Lord, I seek refuge in you from asking that of which I have no knowledge, and unless you forgive me and have mercy upon me, I will be among the losers." Surah Hud 11:47. Repopulation of the earth. After the flood, only the believers remained, and from them a new generation of humanity began. The 3 sons of Nuh Alayhi Salam played a central role. 1. Shem ancestor of the Arabs, Hebrews, and other Semitic peoples. 2. Ham, ancestor of many African peoples. 3. Japheth, ancestor of many European and Central Asian peoples. Some narrations mention a fourth son, Canaan, the one who drowned due to his disbelief. Thus, Nuh, Alayhi Salam, became the second father of mankind after Adam, Alayhi Salam, and we made his descendants the only survivors. Surah As-Safat 37:77. The final days of Prophet Nuh, Alayhi Salam. After the ark came to rest and humanity began anew through the lineage of his faithful sons, Prophet Nuh, Alayhi Salam, lived on, watching his descendants settle and spread across the land. The disobedient in his household. Though he was among the most patient and persevering of prophets, even Nuh, Alayhi Salam, was tested in his own household, his wife's betrayal of belief. Allah presents an example for those who disbelieve, the wife of Nuh and the wife of Lut. They were under two of our righteous servants, but betrayed them. Surah At-Tahrim 66:10. What was this betrayal? It was not betrayal of honor, but betrayal of faith. Nuh's wife did not believe in his message. She mocked him, rejected his prophethood, and secretly aided the disbelievers, informing them of his movements and plans. Despite her closeness to one of the greatest men to ever walk the earth, she chose disbelief and perished in the flood. Her story is a timeless reminder. Proximity to righteousness does not equal righteousness. Even being the wife of a prophet will not save you without belief and obedience to Allah. His disbelieving son, Canaan. We've already witnessed how Canaan, his son, refused the final call to board the ark, saying, "I will take refuge on a mountain to protect me from the water." Surah Hud 11:43. But Nuh, Alayhi Salam, called back, "There is no protector today from the decree of Allah except for whom he gives mercy." And then, a wave came between them, and he was among the drowned. This son, like the wife, proves a devastating truth. Family ties cannot protect from disbelief. The death of Prophet Nuh, Alayhi Salam. After living a life of 950 years of da'wah, endless patience, rejection, ridicule, and pain, triumph through the mercy of Allah. Nuh, Alayhi Salam, reached his final moments. As death approached, he gathered his believing children and followers and gave them his last will. "I give you 2 commands and 2 warnings. I command you to hold firmly to the belief in La ilaha illallah. There is no God but Allah. Even if the 7 heavens and 7 earths were placed on one side of a scale and these words on the other, they would outweigh them all. And I warn you against shirk, associating partners with Allah, and arrogance." His parting message was clear. Worship Allah alone. Remain humble. Stay steadfast. When the angel of death came to take his soul, he asked him, "O longest lived of the prophets, how did you find this world?" Nuh, Alayhi Salam, replied, "It was like a house with 2 doors. I entered through one and exited through the other." A beautiful, profound reply from a man who lived almost a millennium, yet saw this life as fleeting. And with that, the soul of one of the greatest prophets of Allah returned to his Lord. Dear viewers, this is not just a tale from the past. This is a living reminder of the consequences of disbelief and arrogance, of the reward for patience and sincerity, of a father who stood firm even when his family turned away, of a Dari who preached for 950 years, never giving up. Let us reflect. Would we have believed if we lived in his time? Or would we have mocked him too? Are we listening to the call of truth today? If you've made it this far, you're among the few. Don't let this message stop here. Share this story. Comment below your reflections. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a lesson again. And most importantly, let's act upon these reminders before it's too late. Peace be upon Nuh in all the worlds. Indeed, he was one of our believing servants. Then we drowned the others. Surah As-Safat 37:79-82.